FY BA Geography, semester second. In this semester, we have the human geography as an subject or course. As we know, the human geography is major branch of geography, which deals with the study of man-environment relationship, and it is one of the very important, or you can say the contemporary, the branch of geography. So as per the syllabus, we have a topic second, that is the population, and in this topic we are going to discuss about 3 points. One of them is the factor affecting on distribution of population, second is theory of demographic transition, and third is composition of Indian population, that particular gender and literacy. So let me start that with introduction. If you look at this introduction, the total population of the world is 7.8 billion in 2020, and China is the first ranked country. Okay, but in 21st century, the India will be the first ranked country of the population. Recently in Lancet journal, which is a very prestige journal, or particularly the medical science, where one article has been published, you can say the report also, and in that report they have projected that the peak of the world population will be in 2064, and at that time the population will become the 9.73 billion, but after that it will be decline and it will be reach up to 8.79 billion in 21st century. So this is the projection, or the, we can say, the forecasting. The ranking of the 5 population countries with population would be like India with 1.09 billion, then Nigeria 791 million, China 732 million, USA 336 million, and Pakistan 248 million in 21st century. So the uneven distribution of population to be continued till 21st century too. So there are different factors behind the distribution of pattern of population as such. So the factors affecting on distribution of population. Yes, population distribution and the population density are intimately related to each other. The analysis and study of the both concepts hold immense significance for population geographers. The distribution of population is more locational and the density is more proportional. The method to measure the distribution and density of population have been established by geographers. Absolutely, there are. The density of population plays an important role to understand the distribution of population. Distribution population in the world is uneven and not ubiquitous. The regional contrast in the degree of concentration of the population can be understood with the help of the density of population. And if you look at the table which has been given here, which shows the distribution of world population 2020, and this table has been taken from the worldometer. That source of this table is given below just it. So how the population has been distributed with respect to the area. Okay, so if you look at the region, the column, the Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America, and Caribbean, North America, and Oceania. So these regions have been considered. The total population is given in the column second as per the 2020. The density of that respective regions is given in the column third, that is a person per square kilometer. It means the density is always measured with respect to the area, how many population or what are the number of people are staying in per square kilometer. That is given, area is given, and the world share is given here. Okay, so look at the Asia is most populous area. Okay, 150 density is there. Then Africa 45 per square kilometer, Europe 34 per square kilometer, Latin America and Caribbean is 32, North America 20, and Oceania only 5%, 5 densities there per square kilometer. If you look at the share of the population of to the world, the 59.5% population of the world is distributed or concentrated in the Asia, whereas 17.2% of the world population is Africa, then 9.6% population in Europe, 8.4% population in Latin America, and 4.7% in the North America, and only 0.5% in the Oceania. So this is the distribution. If you look at this map, which shows us that the population is distributed unevenly. Okay, that the entire global population, which is not the homogeneously spread out all over the world, but it is uneven. So the dark, the color pattern it has given here in the to show the distribution of population. If you look at the legend, where the high population is shown by the dark green, and the very low population density it has been shown by the faint color. So most of the the coastal areas where the big cities are concentrated, the located, like east coast of China, then Indian coastal area, European coast, American coast, Australia, everywhere. If you look at the continent, the population is highly concentrated along the coastal areas. And you just imagine the people or the environmentalists and the climatologists tell that the day by day the temperature is increasing, and recently the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel of Climatical Change, they have published that 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature is increasing. So if it is increased and it continue, the ice cap region will melt down, then that additional water will be come into the ocean, and definitely the sea level will be rise. So the first effect will be on the coastal area. So this is right, but we are here about the distribution of population. So this distribution is unevenly, and why this distribution is unevenly, for about that to understand it, we have to think about the factors of distribution of the population. So the character and pattern of population distribution of the world in different regions is governed by the various factors. Okay, so this uneven distribution, behind it there are the certain factors. All the possible factors affecting the population distribution and density may broadly be classified into the three major or some major categories, like physical factors, socio-cultural factors, demographical factors, economic factors, political factors, historical factors, then physical and social disasters. These are the some factors which are which govern the uneven distribution of population. So look at this table, T diagram I have been prepared here for you, where the main four factors I have been considered here, and other factors have been grouped accordingly. So what are the main four factors? Like physical or geographical factors, socio-cultural factors, demographic factors, and physical and the social disasters. So these main four factors are behind the uneven distribution of the global population. Where the physical factors, what are the main physical factors are there, like landforms, climate, soil, energy resources and minerals, water resource, geology, and forest. Whereas other social factors, socio-cultural factors, we can see what are them. The history of settlement, economic factors, technological advancement, political factors, social organization, historic factors. So these are the socio-cultural factors of those influence the uneven distribution of population. Then there are the demographical factors, where the fertility, mortality rate, mobility or migration trend also influence the distribution of population. And last one is the physical or social disasters, where different disasters we consider. But just for example point of view, I have been taken here just earthquake is a natural disaster, or we can say physical disaster, whereas the B, that is a war, and so many other social and physical natural disasters are also we can consider. So let me discuss one by one with some short discussion. Physical factors. Yes, the pattern of population distribution in the world continue to reflect the influence of a variety of physical environment or the physical determinants. Yet the technology is not available to eliminate the influence of physical factors. Okay, we don't have any technology to eliminate the influence of physical factors on the distribution of population. Hence, even today, cold and hot desert, barren mountain, swamps, marshes, humid tropical geographical areas are have not effective human settlements. It means in these areas where the climate is not hospitable, not suitable, where the concentration of population or settlement is very less, right? So the extreme climates are not suitable, or the people are not like to go there. So relationship between the population density and some of the physical factors like climate and physiography have been reflected in the census report. So major physical factors such like namely landforms, climate, soil, energy resource, minerals, water resource, geology, etc. are there, which normally controls the distribution of this population. So let me say one by one in short. I will just introduce you about it. So the landform, it means normally it called as a physiography or topography, and we must know that there are the different classification of landform, no doubt, that primary landforms, secondary landforms, tertiary landforms. So the primary landforms means the ocean and continents, whereas the secondary landforms mean the plain, plateau, and mountains. So plain, plateau, and mountains are the major landforms we consider here, where these factors are very dominant, okay, to influence the distribution of population. Population noticeably has been concentrated in a plain region compared to the plateaus and the mountains. So if you look at that means the people prefer to live on the plain areas rather than plateaus and the mountains. So the plain to plateau and plateau to mountain, if you go, you will find the population concentration is become less and less. For example, in India, we if you see the Gangetic plain and the coastal plains, you will find the more densely dense population is there compared to the mountain areas. Okay, likewise the Alps, Andes, Himalayas, these are the mountains where the population density you will find very less. So in the early civilization, the people also attracted to the river valleys rather than mountains, and that is why you must know that all the great civilizations like Indian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, then you can say Euphrates civilization, Egyptian civilization, all these civilizations of the human being have been evolved, developed, flourished, nourished, and whatever it is. They have been. It has been happen along the bank of river, and that is why today also the population density is too much in the plain areas. Okay, wherever the area support to the people in a proper way. So it has been observed by the scholars that about the 20% of the world total population found in the region with altitude of more than 500 meter. Okay, so only the 20% population lives where the altitude or the height is more than 500 meter. Okay, and another observation is that the 56% of the world population is staying in the less than 200 altitude. So less than 200 altitude means total plain area. So these two observations, statistical observations by the scholars, are telling us that the plain areas are more populous or having the high density of population compared to the plateau and mountain areas. Now, second point of the physical factor is climate. So climate influences the distribution of population through the temperature condition, amount of precipitation, length of season, and so on. So extremity of the climatic elements plays a major role in uneven distribution of population, and that is why the people generally stay away from the extreme climate, like very cold or very hot. Okay, like a Sahara Desert, Russian polar region, tundra region, Canadian areas, Antarctica. So these are the extreme climatic region where the population is remain less. So in this way, the climate definitely influence. Soil is nothing but the uppermost part of surface, which is very loose, having the the quality that we call as a fertility, and that is why the fertile soils support to the agriculture and other kind of the industries or human activities, and that is why wherever the soils are rich, deepest, oldest, fertiles, having the good nutrients, micronutrients, those soils attract the people since long back. Okay, and that is why the if you find that if you look at the world map of the population distribution, you will find the people are more or the highly concentrated in the area where the soils are rich. For example, Indo-Gangetic plain in our country, as well as the delta plain of the eastern China, rich volcanic soils of the Japan, Java, Indonesia, and also witness the high population density because of the soil. Next factor of physical factor is the energy resource and minerals. Yes, obviously, energy and mineral resources are very important input as a raw material in the development of economic activity, and hence the availability of the both energy and resource minerals are attracting the population. Like minerals like coal have greatly influenced the pattern of population distribution in the countries like Great Britain, France, Germany. Okay, the initial USSR, Poland, USA, and Australia too. So in India also, the Chota Nagpur region, which is near about Jharkhand and that area, where the minerals are rich, and definitely the population attract over there, as it is the source of it is the raw material as an energy material to the industrial activities. Second, next factor is the water resource. Yes, water is naturally available. It is a natural factors, and it is the the essential for life as well as economic development or economic activity too. Hence, the people prefer to live in those places where the fresh water is easily available. Okay, so the river valleys or the dams or can say the natural water sources or the water bodies around it, you will find the density of population is more. Last one factor of the physical is the geology. Yes, the geology is also matter because the rocks quality, then the stability and instability of the land, right? That's the these are the more important factor elements of the geology. So if the land is geologically, if land is stable, where you will find that the people are like to stay, otherwise they shift from that area to another area. So definitely geology plays an important role in distribution of population. Even the forest is also some forests are economically important, where you find the concentration of the population a little bit more. So in this way, these are the physical factors, where the other factor is the socio-cultural factors. Second group of the factor is socio-cultural factors. So advancement in the science and technology increases the role of non-physical factor, that means cultural factors. As the science and technology is increasing. So Clark has mentioned that the diminishing the influence of physical environment upon the pattern of population distribution with rapid urbanization. It means rapid advancement. Among the various cultural factors that have control effect upon the population, social factors such as the better housing, health facilities, education facilities, or the availability also influence on the distribution of population. The urban centers of the all countries of the world have the more population density. Then culturally, that the places with the cultural and religious importance attract the people. So the spectrum of the socio-cultural factors is quite large, but some of the major factors have been discussed here as below. So first is history of the settlement. Yes, the studying the oldest settlement of the history of the settlement helps to understand that how the various factors have been influenced on the distribution of population. And today also, wherever the historical background is there, the people attract over there to stay. So that is why you will find the oldest settlements, cities or the settlements, those have the big history, where you will find the more population concentration. Second is economic factors. Of course, this is the important factors influence the distribution of population. Economic viability of an area lies in the carrying capacity, that means supporting capacity to the population of area is called as carrying capacity, and its ability to provide the employment opportunities. This influence not only the size of population, it means the total number of population, but distribution also. The degree of diversification of economy and the density of the population have also been found to the positive correlation. So this is depending on economic aspect of the region. If the region is economically supportable, having that much magnitude, so that kind of the areas attract the population much more. Next is the minerals. So mineral, the areas of the regions, those are the rich in the mineral mines or the reservoirs. Definitely it will be it support to develop the industries, and if industries will develop, then employment will be generated, and subsequently the attracts the skilled and semi-skilled workers to that area, and definitely the concentration of the population increases. So the Katanga, okay, the Zambia, the copper belt in Africa is the best example, where the population density is more because of just the resource of copper is over there. Next factor, economic factor, social cultural factor is the urbanization. The urban center offer better employment opportunity, educational, medical, transport, and communication facilities also. It leads to rural to urban migration, and cities grow in size and density. Hence, the urban areas are having the high density of population than rural areas. And day by day, the urbanization is increasing, and the trend of urbanization is, will continue in the this century also, 21st century. That is why the in days to come, the migration from rural to urban will be more, and that is why the distribution of the population will be again reshaped, and we will have the new pattern of distribution of population in days to come also. Next, third socio-economical factor is industrialization. It may be the fourth. So industrial area provide the job and other opportunities, and the attract more people, including the not just factory workers but also the transport operators, the shopkeepers, bankers, employees, doctors, teachers, and other service providers. Hence, it has been observed that wherever the industrialization is more and more, the population density also increases. Technology is also one of the economic factor we have been considered here under socio-economical factors and under this category. The technological advancement have relation with the population distribution and density. It has been observed and studied. It plays a major role in the industrial development, diversification of the economy, and social environment also. So as that is why wherever the technological advancement is more, which is available, Okay, it increases the carrying capacity of that particular area, and that is why that area leads to have the more population density. So that is the relationship. Then the political factors, which is another socio-cultural factor. Okay, and this socio-cultural factor will, we can say that the different political factors and the situation includes the emergency of political boundaries, buffer zones between the two countries, public policy with regard to the population movement, trade have been influenced on the population distribution and density in the that particular region or in past also. The emergency of international boundary between India and Pakistan in 1947 did the generate the redistribution of tendencies in the areas, even though during the Second World War time also. The government policies also plays the control the distribution of population. So these are the aspects of the political factors, how they control the distribution of population. Social organizations, the social organizations and the intergroup antipathies can also influence the distribution pattern of population in specific position. Different societies can be subjected to the different principles of the population distribution, and the industrial capitalists have their own policies of the distribution. But definitely the different social groups have their own tendency, their own beliefs, traditions, and the antipathies. They will attract to to their groups, and it's influence the distribution of the population. Historical factors also there. We know the well-known historical places and the sites in the history of the human civilizations. They always to attract the people to stay around it, and hence the population concentration has been observed, has been more. It has been observed that it is and more. Okay, so yes, now we'll talk about the third factor, that is demographic factors. So population density and distribution of population always change due to the natural increase and the migration of the people between areas. Demographical factors such as fertility and motility are important factors, but migration also one of the more important dimension to change the distribution of population. Regional variation in the pattern of the fertility, mortality, and mobility is crucial in the study of population distribution. Over a period of time, due to change in the fertility and the mortality, lead to change in population density and distribution. Migration, we know that push and pull factors are there, which are control the migration, and due to these factors the population is always in the movement from one area to other area, and definitely the population distribution will be reorganized accordingly. Natural increase is the product of fertility and mortality in the region. If the fertility is more compared to the mortality, that means the birth rate is more than death rate, the growth of population will be takes place. That is called as a natural increase. And if in a certain area, if this mortality and fertility, if compared to that, if the natural increase more, so definitely the concentration of the population will be increased over there. And if some areas having the less natural increase, definitely this will be the that area will decrease the population and have the thin distribution of population. Even though sometime pandemic or the epidemics, whenever they introduce in the society, suddenly they decrease the population of particular area or even at the global level. Like today we are suffering through the pandemic, which is at the global level, and every country lost there the people in a large number. So what it influenced the distribution of population too. The fourth factor, that is, which is the one last one we can say here, the physical or the social disaster factors. So these social disaster factors, it has been remained to put their notes. It's okay. So like a disaster like a volcanic eruption, or you may say the the earthquakes or the fires, or you can say the tsunamis, floods, the cyclones, or the wars, industrial accidents, these kind of the disasters, some are the physical and some are the social. If the certain area are suffering through this kind of disaster oftenly, so you'll find that the slowly the people shift from that area to another secure area or the safe area. So this disastric pattern all over the world has been responsible to the reorganization of the distribution of population as such. So in conclusion, the variety of the factors are responsible to concentration or the disperse of the population distribution, and not a single factor. Sometimes the single factors will dominate in one region, whereas in the other region, more than one factors are has strong magnitude on the distribution of population. So today's 7.8 billion world population is unevenly distributed on the earth, and it will continue in days to come too. Thank you.